Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. Let's start out by grabbing the links here. There, I'm hearing myself. Oh dear, where'd Discord go? I was forgetting something. Okay. Well, and here's Twitch. Okay, well, yesterday turned into quite a trend day. So if you'll recall, we were trading somewhere up in here, and I kind of said, this is too slow, took 2 ticks out of it and gave up, and then we got this. So very unfortunate, but if I had just held on to my shorts that I had at 120, could have made a pretty good buck, but that happens sometimes, I guess. So it's continued down, and then we had a little bit of a pullback, and then we came down and went lower. So this is definitely a move that could continue, but so let's see here. I don't think we really have anything too significant in terms of news today. Factory orders is it. We do have the beige book tomorrow, which might keep things slow a little bit. And I think that we're going to continue to see equities be a significant factor in our movement. Now, equities have been moving, and we have been moving in the opposite direction from them. So that could continue if we see another big move up in equities. I think we could see another move down in treasuries. But I'm going to wait for them at the right spots. I don't think that what I'm seeing right here is necessarily the right spot. So although 280 is a little attractive, but I want to see the volume come in. So yeah, so that's it. And then in Bitcoin here. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, that's not what I wanted. See that 280, it's going back and forth. Yeah, so in Bitcoin, we were coming up on making a higher high, and they couldn't quite do it. I can't even. Just crazy, right? And now we're down a good, $100 or so, or $500 or so. So this isn't good action. Is all I can really say about that. Maybe it will like turn around just like that and go and make a new high out of nowhere, but at the moment it's just not looking too positive. So I'm not quite sure what they're gonna have to do, but it's getting a little bit frustrating. Wouldn't you agree, guys? Close the wrong window. There we go. And good morning, IHT. We're running a little behind today, so I'm going to eat some food. And we'll see if we get an iceberg here or something that we can kind of use to go short. Okay, so when we hit that 2406 in ZF, they immediately started ticking up. There's a decent probability now that we might go back to the VWAP, which is not a trade I'm going to take. IHT looking for shorter on VWAP to perhaps the 00 as it was yesterday's pointed control in VPOC? Was it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong chart. I see it at 120, 105, and then I see another, distribution area at 05. It's quite a ways above us. I don't know. This is a hard one because the downtrend looks pretty strong. I mean, like there was just 4,000 that sold there 29. So they're still willing to take it, and ZB doesn't, or sorry, ZF doesn't look like it's ready to pop up. But yeah, if it gets there, it might be a good spot to take one. I don't know.
Bot said good morning.
Hello, John. How are you? And the 85, it looks weak too. It wouldn't take us to the low of the year. I mean, a VWAP bounce would be a really great play if it gives it to us.
Tucker said it's another damn 3-tick range just like Y-day morning.
Yeah.
Tucker said hate this trade. Tucker said better? Tucker said oh.
Yeah. Like you notice that yesterday I had basically all but given up, and then we had the move down. So they definitely tricked me. We had all of this, and this whole time he was going short. And then this happened. Like these longs. All of the people that went long in here puked, and then you realized that the seller was still there. And I'm going to bet that the seller probably wants the lows of the year. So let's see if we still see him. If he's still there, I think that you're going to see at some point some block sells somewhere.
Tucker said I was done and off to my day job before it moved. Kicking myself obviously, but in reviewing the trade recording, I'm glad I didn't trade. No edge in the early crap action. Tucker said I wonder if everybody is just waiting for news heavy latter part of week. Tucker said I just don't remember it being this dead the Tuesday before NFP Friday. Tucker said you talkin' all the trade war news yesterday?
The trade war
Tucker
news.
said definitely could be. All I know is that I can't trade a 3-tick range.
Right. So the trade war news yesterday seems a little fishy to me. So what happened? Let's go back and see what CNBC is talking about it right now. Now, Dow is set to pop triple digits after North Korea says it's open talks about nukes. Did they see it? I don't see any stories about it on there right now. But the story I remember being said was that there was some indication that maybe it was going to be targeted, and Donald Trump said I don't think there's going to be a trade war, and that was what pushed him up. Yeah, seems a little weird to me. Well, that North Korea news is really good though. If they talk, if the I think I'm starting to think that the whole North Korea saga has been such a mess that the only way that this can never possibly end is peacefully. You get what I'm saying? It's just be like counterintuitive that everybody thinks that something really bad is going to happen with North Korea, and then what's actually going to happen is they denuclearize themselves and reunite with South Korea, and everything is fine, and the Kims just go away. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome if that's what actually happened? Maybe I'm a bit optimistic, but Nunberg, is that how you say his name? Now that was effing weird, right? Guy goes on cable TV, calls into these shows all afternoon saying he's not going to cooperate with the Mueller probe, and then at the very end, like yesterday, he says, "Well, I'll probably end up cooperating with them." What? You like, hi? What is? Maybe he was drunk. I think he may have been drunk. So it seems like a reasonable explanation for that one. Okay. Looks like they're gonna make it. Kind of interesting that ZF is the one that's driving this. Look at getting a little bit of steepening in here, actually. Maybe a good point to put in a flattener. Hmm? Judge rules Trump's DACA phase out legal. And he's been tweeting all about it this morning.
Bot said ZB pushing to break above prior RTH close 143.03, hunting 143.16. Prior week's midpoint.
Okay, so we ticked through the VWAP, and I saw 3,000 contracts holding 120 even. So I'm going long there and hoping to see perhaps the highs of the day. The targets in ZB are, so John was just mentioning that there was a prior RTH close at, or prior week's midpoint at 143.16. And I'm just seeing here in ZB, it's just, you know, there's single prints up there. So this one might range around a little bit here, but we're just gonna kind of let it do its thing. Because this is gonna be a slow churn. Especially when we're talking about going up. Another thing I'm seeing that I didn't mention in chat is that, see this 206 right here? So the action is unfinished in ZF, and that could mean that they will continue to push up further. Okay, so that was a significant break there in ZB. So I think that that 06 holds, but ZN not quite cooperating. And the E-mini looks a little bit weak at the moment. Also, I'll point out that the 6J is moving up. Okay.
Bot said open high at 143.12, then looking for 143.16.
They fought it, pushed it back down, but then it ticked back up without much fanfare, so I think the longs have it. Crypto is not looking good at all. I wonder how the legacy market is going to look when it opens. Yeah, well, so let me see if I can pull this up here. Yeah. Ooh, even maker is down. That's interesting. Where is our Ripple? Oh, Ripple is down 12% now from yesterday. That's curious too. I kind of think that Ripple may have sucked all of the money out of the market, but then it looks like they've already taken some profits and are coming back down, which I think is really bizarre because the reason that
Rivo said long 06.
The reason that it was moving up is because they're saying that it might get listed at GDAX. So like that's definitely a good reason for it to be moving up. And usually when that happens, it tends to move up until it happens. So it's a little bizarre to me for it to be coming back. Okay, so now it's a little odd here that ZN, it's come back. So buyers absorbed 7,000 contracts at 120. ZF is coming down a little bit. Okay. Wow. Okay, so when they ticked up, there was a lot of stops. Oh, Coinbase tweeted that they won't be adding new coins yesterday. Ah, that would explain it. I think we've been conditioned to think that 10,300 is a good entry price, but the run-up for the past week or so has been on low volume. I'm not saying there won't be at least a bounce there, though. I think it's hard to say because I don't, one of the problems with when it's going slow, if it's going slow for a really long time, then you do have a pretty good chance of it turning around. Kind of like, what we had yesterday. There's clearly was somebody was going short and they were just patient and they went short and then just waited for the market to go down the other way and for people to stop out and start puking. And then you get a rush down. But when it's slow like that, all it takes is one big guy to come in, especially in Bitcoin, to just come in and nudge us up. And that's why I think that the curious thing yesterday, that the most curious thing was that they got so close to 1200 and they didn't touch it. That to me, that can only be explained by that the buyers just didn't want to take it yet. You know what I mean? It would have only taken one big fish to do it. Yeah, sorry, 12,000. 12,000, not 1,200. I mean, there was a pretty decent buy there in the late afternoon. And then they liquidated. It was really bizarre, to be honest. Monster says, yeah, that liquidation was insane. Let's look at it on the chart here. I think maybe if we show like a 5-minute chart that we can see where it happened. Yeah, we can actually. So see here yesterday. In the afternoon, we had this move up and they didn't quite make it to 1200 and then everybody just gave up. Hmm. Careful, Donald Trump is tweeting. Let's pull out. Twatter. Also add that 6J is kind of back and forth here. Okay, so they're absorbing another 7K at 120. So are they going to be able to hold this? Okay, well, it ticked through and no initiation yet after it ticked through. A little pulling. Okay.
Rivo said had a opportunity to take 2 ticks but waited too long, plus 1007. Rivo said shame.
Hmm. Okay, so they ticked back up and there was stops again. Only a few stops. They certainly aren't in any rush. Okay, so that tick up there at 05 was a little too easy. ZF is not interested yet. China's Tsai readies sweeping government overhaul to win power party. Not very encouraged by what I'm hearing coming out of China. But, you know, it's China. What is ZN? It's the 10-year Treasury futures. Come on. Pay attention. It's only like the second most liquid instrument in the world behind the bund, which is also a 10-year bond. Okay, a slight flip in ZF. They might start hitting this. So they firmed up a little bit at 310, and 307 is still higher. Okay, they took it. They traded back and forth, and look, there's another 5K order here. What the heck is going on? And now a third time. Well, there's definitely somebody going long here, but I don't know if they can hold it. So are we going to see this easily tick up again? Like they take it and then it easily ticks up again? That's what happened last time. It sat here for a little bit. Nobody sold 31.5. Then we traded back up to 120 like it was, it had never happened. Yeah, so they just ticked back up like nothing happened and put a good bid on it. Okay, well now it looks a little bit more balanced at the very least. They're trading it back and forth and ZF looks looking weak. And the E-mini is unclear, maybe long. The delta is all long. 6J kind of in the middle. Oh. Okay. Well, I was saying it's looking awfully uncertain, and then they ticked up there. Not that it was a super strong tick up, but they're making a lot more progress whenever we're moving up than they are when we move down. It's putting me to sleep here, guys. I'm getting awfully sleepy. Need this to move. No, don't start stacking. Yeah, ZN one exclamation point on trading view would be the one. So this one is, excuse me, CB, ZN, ZF. We look at all three. And we also look at the spread between them, which I have over here. By the way, that's an interesting pattern on the spread, isn't it? And see something stacking and pulling here on ZF, trying to hope to scare the guys at 31 out. There you go. Okay, so now that ZF has ticked up, the tick up was much stronger and held a little bit better. They're going to test it a bit. Wouldn't be surprised if we tick back down. Okay. So if ZF can break through 312 and 315, that's when you start to see some possible moving. And ZB definitely leading the way. They've ticked up much more than we have. ZN is a little extended to the downside. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. The thing is that we did come down here. We had some pretty big down moves there, but we weren't able to get this lower low. And I think that we're going to get there eventually, but this is just showing way too many signs that they have some target in mind up above us. Definitely in ZB, it's going to be, the first target is going to be 143.16. I feel at this moment, I feel pretty confident that it's going to get there. In ZN, there's this 025. There's kind of this trail off in the profile. I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but I think that level, based on what we've been talking about in the past week, that level is significant because it tails off. It's kind of the wrong direction. I don't know. Maybe it needs to tail off more. I think that if we get above 025 though, then they would have quite a bit of incentive to go for the highs of the day. But the bigger thing is they just look at how many contracts we went down here. A good 10, 20, I'm gonna say 15,000 contracts that are gonna have to get washed out, assuming that we get another tick or two up here. So ZF has to pass through 31 halves first. That's my first critical look. See them get through convincingly. Okay. Well, I was certainly not afraid to buy that O2 even in ZN. Okay, equities market opens in 3 minutes. As IHT points out. This is tough because
Boss said ZB pressing overnight high 143.12 almost there.
Yeah. ZB did push through the single print. I think that's really, really important. They touched 13. And ZN is not. ZN's single print is all the way up at 075. Okay, so let's pull up the E-mini here since it's about to go. Okay. So a bit of a battle. Moving down. Good deal. Okay, so the initial drive is down. Now they're going to flip. Gonna test the other way. Nope. Okay. Okay, now they're really starting to tick up. Okay, that tick up in ZF caused all sorts of fluctuations in the level 2. Okay. It's 373 right there. It's pretty weak. Okay, so they pulled. That tick up was on a pull. Hmm. This is 317 and ZF is quite the wall. Has been quite the wall. They're gonna touch it. Come on. Okay, well, E-mini's chopping around a lot here, and they just kind of touched the top of their range and extended it a little bit. I'm considering taking +3. Okay, now they're testing the other side. Looks like they're gonna bust down. Yep. A little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so now they're on the other side of VWAP starting from the overnight session. Still haven't ticked this 317. This bid is, oh, there we go. There's Tyler. Okay. Okay, there's your 16, John.
Bot said ZB1 tick to target.
They did not actually touch the 16? Nope, it didn't actually touch it.
IQ said it's got to 143 to 20 LOLZB.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we're on the other side of the WAP, 121.50? Or sorry, 27.21? It's the next big step down I see. Okay, lots of volume coming through there at 0.25. So we did kind of say there's that step in the profile there at 0.25, right? But there's a big enough bid there at 0.2 that, hey, they just pushed through a pretty big iceberg in ZF. Over. Stop.
Bot said see the wise traders are taking their profits one tick in front of that 16 print, they know it's a meat grinder.
Hmm. I honestly think we could maybe move our stop up to the 0.2. Yeah. Okay, well they're ticking through this in ZF. I don't know. Okay, so they touched the 16.
Bot said 16 in the ZB is the one place on the chart where you almost always have traders playing both sides of the market.
Yeah.
Bot said 16 touched 10 traded at the offer.
Yeah, they didn't get through.
Bot said just sent you an email, Seth. Thought it might be of interest to you.
Oh, let's look. Okay, well, they did tick back up. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, why does it always do that? Rates recap. Oh, yeah. Record book depth and liquidity amidst rising volatility. I think that they're going to trade through that 16. Okay, so sorry. The E-mini did not quite get to that pivot yet at 127.21.
IQ said my observation ZBZF move in sync.
Yeah. Okay, so they did trade through it. Maybe now some volume in ZM. ZB, where's the next step in ZB? Is maybe 143.28?
Rivo said 20 to 21. Bot said size offered at 25 to draw the buyers to that 24 level. Should see a pause at the 20 level, one of the 10s.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Well, Jeffrey thinks it's 120.04 half, maybe 08. Well, see, I see the 08, not 08, 07 halves, but yeah. I think that's got to be your target because of the single print in Xeon. I think the guys in the chat have a good point though about some pausing at 20 there in ZB. I think though, because these moves right here, see that was almost, those were all icebergs, remember? 7K icebergs. So that's one trader doing it. And you know he's going to try and stop everybody out. So I think that until we make a new high in cumulative delta, that there's a really good probability of it continuing to move. Okay, so now we are seeing some profit taking here at 03 halves. We're still got about 10,000 to go. No, maybe not 10, maybe another 5,000 to go.
Block buy.
Oh my. Tyler. That was a block buy, right? Yeah. Nope, I'm going to take it off. Not bad. If I take one trade and it's 8 ticks. How long was I in that for? An hour? Seemed like a lot longer than that, guys. Oh.
Bot said there's the pause at 20 ZB.
So there's lots of people taking it both ways now at 040. Okay. So there's our first indication that we probably took it off too early. Thanks, IHT. We don't blindly place limit orders here based on the chart. Maybe for exits, definitely not for entry. You'll get steamrolled in this market. Yeah. I'm definitely not going to limit short at 08. There's literally nothing. There is no well, okay, hold on. How do I say this? There is a very, very small set of circumstances where I would even think about going short treasuries today. So if we were to, say, get up to that 08 level, and I saw a really, really hard rejection, and by really hard rejection, I mean like one order goes through, they immediately sell everything below it. You see the level 2, all of the targets on the level 2 here completely flip. This line goes from blue to like hard red. ZF comes down 5 ticks. Okay. Maybe then I would think, okay, that's a hard reversal off of his single print, and I could take it short. But otherwise, as long as we're above the view up, there's no way I'm selling this. So you got to remember, Treasury's tendency is to trend. It's like a freight train. Once it gets moving, it's very difficult to stop it. You think it'll go back to 120 even? Well, it's possible, but I'm not going to take a short. No way. We'll pull back to VWAP. Well, it could. But, I mean, come on. You didn't do that yesterday. I do think, though, here in ZB, so it took a pause. ZB's tendency would be to come back to the 16. That would be really clean to come back to 16 and then take off from there up to the 25 in ZB. As it stands, though, it really looks to me like they are extremely weary of selling that 040 where we got out. Sell it. Oh, wait. Nah. I think that if we do trade up to 08, that the probability of us seeing 120 again before lunch are like 10%. Extremely unlikely. Yeah. Unfortunately, trading is not as easy as placing limit orders based on higher time frame trends. Well, I think that what has happened here is somebody accumulated a ton at 120, and they continued to push the market, and people got stopped out. But the problem was that when everybody got stopped out, it was only good for the high of the day. So somebody else is going to have to come in and initiate here for us to go any further. And because ZB is kind of at a stopping point.
Bot said made it to my number 3 level.
Yeah, because we're kind of at a stopping point here. I think that there is a really good chance of the 4 tick pullback, and if we get the 4 to 5 tick pullback in ZB, then you know that could keep the trend intact, and then we could push up higher. So that's what I'm going to watch for, is a place to go long. But I'm not going to sell it above the VWAP. No way. Especially not after all of that. Okay. I don't know. In the YouTube chat, I don't know. 120.08 is support turned resistance. I'm just saying Treasuries have a tendency to go back to the single prints. and 120.07.5 is a single print. So that's why I think that could still be the target. Okay, they ticked down. When they ticked up there and 3,000 traded at 05, I was like, A lot of people who bought there will be getting out break even. Or do you mean sold there? I don't think that there is hardly anybody that sold there that still has it. Remember that the percentage of the volume that will stay open interest overnight is like barely even a fraction of the overall volume in the market. Oh, yeah, I guess people that also bought there. The people who bought there who are bag holding, they will sell break even. Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that was yesterday. They probably still don't have it. But what will happen is that whoever it is that's buying here, the guy that's in charge is going to be like when it gets back up to that 07.5, he's going to have a decision to make. And the question is at that point is the 07.5 going to be defended or not, essentially, or is he going to push through it? We're pushing down because the E-mini is pushing down again, by the way. So if I could get that 040, I would probably actually like to be long there. Oh, nope, actually. Didn't like that tick down in ZV. No. Okay, so this is 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 16 would be 5. Yeah, good job, John. They're definitely gonna touch that 16 now.
Bot said great place to sell it there at 19.
Yeah. If you caught it.
Bot said touched 21 and traded 17 at the offer. IQ said IQ, today at 8:36 a.m. It's got to 143 to 20 LOLZB.
Okay. So how much momentum down does this have? Okay, so now I'm seeing the E-mini making an attempt at the VWAP again. So we'll watch and see. I think that they're going to want to get to that 020. And I guess the 120 is not out of the question. Remember when I was saying, oh, if we touch 08, there's like 10% chance that we go back to 120. But since we basically failed to make a new high, it wouldn't be out of the question now. I think though the probability is more likely that they're going to touch a new high though. A little bit of reluctance to buy it there. You see that? What, to sell it at 0.4.5? Okay. Oh, 0.4.5 is a good target for long. Yeah. To take profit. Yeah, no, that's the way that I've been doing it for sure. Right? But I wouldn't I got long at the VWAP essentially, and then I just kind of waited to watch it go to the different targets to see if there was still drive for them to push it through or not, which there was. There was here, even here. Frankly, I think that they're going to make a new high. Okay, look at that. So that's curious. But they busted it. Not a huge bid. Back down. Yeah. But the ticks look good here. I don't know. Tough call on location to go long again. They did. They went 6 ticks. Where'd they go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one was a 7 tick pullback. Through that whole move up, there was significant flattening. I said earlier you could take a flattener, right? Much better, safer trade. We really need to start trying that. there's a Jigsaw update for NinjaTrader 7 users. Okay. Well, that's cool. Okay, so they did tick down there. That 03 is not looking too hot.
Bot said you did notice the ZB stopped one tick inside a full point off the lows, right?
I've never watched that. Oh, you're right. One tick. It's a full point. You get that in ZB too? Not even close. Yeah, it's a good one.
IQ said CR equals 25.5 of 835. IQ said ZB.
Okay. Okay. Now that I think was significant. See that if they clear it. Okay. Having a hard time doing it. You see the delta in CV? This is a really odd setup.
IQ said you did notice the ZB stopped one tick inside a full point off the lows. Right now how we trade off this info?
Right? Well, let's see what he says. I've never I never paid attention to that one. I remember John talking about it, but I never paid attention to it.
IQ said ZB of a range equals 31.
Yeah.
IQ said so we got 6 to go LOL 27/28 area. Bot said 10-day average daily range in ZB is 10840 ticks. 20-day average daily range in ZB is 11749 ticks. I was using the average of the two for my targets today 11244 ticks. These
numbers are based on full session, not RTH session. Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, normally I would have been totally all about buying that iceberg. Okay, well, that tick up it helps. And ZB is just sold like crazy. Wow. That one, that pulled fast.
IQ said 143-20 equals an attractor, a fucking number that keeps popping up, LOL.
Okay.
Bot said, have any of you guys seen excessive memory usage with Ninja 8? My machine is running with a memory load of 47%. Bot said 8874.
What is mine at? Fix that. Okay.
Bot said 10 charts open.
Hmm.
Bot said 6 daily charts plotted using 1440 minute bars.
Hmm. Very unusual. Okay. Well, that 030 looked really weak and it did not go. And when we came up here and we bought, it didn't go either. So I'm going to say we're in a range and we want to get out break even. But I don't really see a reason for it to tick down further, especially not with this thing going on. They're having a hard time selling O2, and this 114 is going to be a wall. Mm-hmm. Good deal. Hmm. Well, it doesn't want to tick up to this 05 here in ZB. Oh, wait, did it? Sorry, 07. 07 is it's having trouble within ZF. Now the 114 looks weak. You notice how this one looks weak and this one looks weak? Like they're not going the same way. And anytime you ever see that, I think you have to say something's up. Yeah. And there they just flipped it again. Really frustrating that I didn't get filled there. And now they're attacking this 114 again. Man. Well, there's no bid there. O2O is a pretty strong spot though. So when I didn't get filled at 04, I should have just taken the 1. See, I thought when it came here that it was over. I was going to go make a new high. I took it. It didn't do it. I should have given it up almost immediately. And now I'm looking at -4. Oh, such a bad mistake. Now that's pulling a little bit. And move that down because you could get a stop run here and I should be able to get out at 02 if something happens. Yeah, okay. Is this going to tick up again? If not, we just take the 3. Yep, fishy again. This one's low, this one's low. Okay, E-mini did turn around and is testing the VWAP again. That's what that was. Okay, this one's equal. Demand on both sides. Weak. Fishy, right? When they don't match. Okay, well, they didn't like that it ticked it down. E-mini ticked up a little bit. That's why it's doing that. We may have a head and shoulders here in the E-mini. Yeah. If we get some accelerated selling here. I'm not really seeing it. Even though it broke the neck. Yep, see it just come back on us right there because there wasn't the selling, and now they're going to do a head test. Okay, 3 is the best it's going to give us, I guess. Let me show it to you here. Shoulder, head, shoulder, head break, confirmation, confirming candle, but do we see the dramatic selling in the cumulative delta? No. So not a real head and shoulders, and of course, what did they do? They immediately pumped back up. Trick. It was a trick. Yep, good trading, IHT. Yeah, it's just turning into a chop fest. I think that we could still break a new high. I don't know. ZN is kind of saying to me, hey, we could go long here. That's what I think it's saying. I need to see the E-mini fall apart though. And right now, what I'm seeing in the E-mini is just the games. IHT. Do you think John Grady's analogy of a poker table and trading getting harder as the days go on being true? Well, yeah, absolutely. Because at the beginning of the day, see, nobody knows what's happening. There's, we have what happened yesterday, but it's all like a completely different thing. And especially there's like all of the news that happens at the beginning of the day, right? So all of the big players, they come in and they want to make their moves at the beginning of the day. And then once they've made their move, the opportunity, there's less opportunity. There's just, unless we're like on a really strong trend day. And so you have all of these locals now just fighting over one tick. And I mean, that's kind of what you're seeing right now. There's a lot of fighting and tricks and stuff just to get these teeny tiny little, we've basically just been in a range here. So, yeah, I do think it gets harder as it goes along, for sure. Well, it looks like maybe taking that -3 was a little early because we've ticked up a tick. I could be getting the -1 right there. So risk reward here at 030 is actually not bad. You know, IHT, if you're still there, one thing I would say is I personally wouldn't recommend giving up in this like between 8 well, it's Eastern time, it's can be like 10:15 to 10:45 time period, because that always tends to be a little slow anyways. Then I've found very often that if I wait for the 11 o'clock hour just before lunch, that something often happens in that time period. So this is where it's like, you know, I'm waiting for it to make a new high. That's what I really think is going to happen, and it's not happening. And I think that we might just kind of bubble up here until basically for the next 10 minutes or so, and then eventually move up and actually do break a new high. Seen that countless times. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. Should have just held it. Yeah, prop trader friend told me I need to be at my desk every half hour before lunch. I guess these bigger guys make moves on 1 hour and 30-minute time frames. Yep. They totally trade with the volume profile and, you know, like TPOs and that sort of a thing, and those are all based off of 30-minute increments. So every 30 minutes, the game kind of changes. That inflow of selling there, for some reason, had quite a bit of influence and made the level 2 flip around, even though it was only like 30 contracts in ZF. Okay. Well, I screwed that one up because I lost 3 for nothing. Shouldn't have taken that one at 4. Well, you know what? I actually... Okay, so let's not make the same mistake. If it doesn't go, then we need to puke it at 03 halves. That one we should have taken -1 on, and then when it was back here at 02, we could have gotten filled
Bot
there.
said ZB back to 20 after a triple bottom at 14.
Yep. Okay, so it was a pretty good aggressive tick up, so I feel pretty confident about the 07 halves now. And we get to find out if 07 halves is actually a great place to short it all the way back to 120. I am
Bot said LOL
super skeptical
triple
of that
doesn't
one.
need that many P's. IQ said grinning face with smiling eyes.
Okay, well, I guess that's okay. We made a mistake, and we're gonna make it back there. Not that this is a revenge trade, but I think we're gonna get our 07 halves. It's unfortunate that we didn't get filled at 030. And E-mini not looking pretty. Okay, so it ticked back down and there was a lot of absorption there.
Bot said I've been slowly closing charts or removing possible memory intensive indicators but no relief yet from this memory leak. Now at 9,553 megabytes.
How much did he get before? Yeah, when you get a memory problem in a C# application like
Bot
NinjaTrader, it
said
can be
thanks for
ugly.
that.
It can be ugly. Okay, good uptick. Some good backticking in there. Well, sure enough, it's picking up just like I said. That's like after the 8:45 or so. Moving into 9 o'clock is when they all of a sudden they come back. Okay, there's a significant iceberg there in ZF. Yep, good deal. So that's not even the high of the day in ZF. When did it? ZF made a high way early in the session. Okay. So that high at 27 is going to be a toughie for us, though. Because it was basically like a head and shoulders top. ZV. Yeah. Boom. Accelerating. Yep. Short it back to 120.04.5 to be safe.
Bot said restart and I've got 445.8 megabytes. Bot said 21% load.
That 06 is being built. I think, well, actually, it's not really the 06, it's the 20 in ZB, isn't it?
Bot said we'll see if it start climbing again.
This is really frustrating for me right now because I don't want to just take +3 on it. I'm pretty confident that it's going to go through, but it's just not doing it yet, and I'm getting impatient. It's that 143.20 in ZB that doesn't want to go. It's too big of an attractor. Well, we're still seeing the buying in ZF. Well, so I am starting to see, just as this plays out and we're seeing how the spread is moving them and things like that, I think it's going to be very tough to move past 08. I don't think that it'll come back to 120 though. I still don't think it'll come back to 120, at least not before lunch. I think that we would have to just develop a distribution range here around like probably 06. Now, yes, did take a tumble to a new low. So where do we got it in ES now? Okay, so ES could get to 2705.50. Okay. Okay, uptick. What? So I'm reading this article from the New York Post where there's this study that I've seen cited many times in news media where they said that people with what was it, psychoticism, were more likely to be conservative. And the researchers have revised their study and said that they actually had it wrong and that they meant to say that it was liberals. And I'm sitting here wondering, how do you get a mistake like that? How? Kind of weird. So yeah, we'll see. And of course, all of those stories that posted that, you're not going to see them. They're never going to correct it. I bet that this is the last time we hear about this, in fact. Nope, okay, don't like that. Okay. Okay, good, good. Okay. A little bit better on that uptick there. Wow, ZN has been in this zipper for how many ticks now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay.
Bot said must be one of the indicators that colors the candlesticks.
Yeah, it could be. Okay. What do you think my probability is of getting filled at 8 versus 7.5 if we tick up there? Well, a lot of absorption there at 06. I don't know. Okay, so ZF did tick new high. ES looks poised to go lower, but it's not quite doing it yet. So on those ticks up, it just went down a little bit. Or we should just pull this up. We should just pull this up so you can see it. If this goes back down to the low of the day, I think they will get filled. I put that on a long time ago and I'm still only 300th in line. So we're going to play this by ear, but I might cancel this one.
Bot said seems to holding pretty steady at a 21% load 475 megabytes. Okay, E-mini's moving up here now. That was a pretty strong up move there in the E-mini. Yeah. This is what I was worried about right there. Well, I don't know if it's going to go up there or not, but I don't think they have enough edge to say it, so I'm going to walk away a little bit before I'm tempted. I'm going to come back and be like, oh, I could have gotten those 7.5. Oh well. Bot said ES struggling with prior week's midpoint.
Okay. Yeah, John says he is struggling with the prior
Bot
week's
said
midpoint.
12 minutes to LSE close time for the fish and chip eaters to cover their positions and head to the pub.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're gonna make it to that 07 halves without the E-mini taking another dive. And they don't want to do it right now. They looks like they want to get back to the VWAP, so I think that's going to be it for us. Yep, sure enough, there they pivoted again, and they're getting... Okay, well, they did start to go up, and it didn't get very far. Ugh. I really hate trading when the E-mini is the biggest driver. I really don't. I mean, sometimes I get really good trades off of it, but I just have such a hard time reading the individual swings in the E-mini because it just chops around so much. Okay, so they did move down a little bit there. See, I thought that they were coming up. I don't know if that means that they're going to make a look at the lows, but the Treasuries certainly seem to think it might happen. Yeah. There it is. Oh, she's going for it. Or sorry, bolt trap confirmed. Oof. Fighting around a lot. Okay, well, there's 2 ticks up. So, like, I got it out at an okay spot there on that one, but on the last one, but clearly could have gotten back in at around 04. So 05 to between 05 and 06. So anywhere in here, probably could have gotten back in and seen that E-mini move. I don't know. I'm okay with it.
Bot said you really need to stop wasting your time on the ZN and start trading the ZB or the UB. At least they pay you for sitting in a trade for an hour. Your number one trade was 1 hour 1 minute and 18 seconds out of your life.
Right? Oh man. If only... Funny that ZB is still at 20. Can you believe that? So just saying.
It said ZB's RTH session is only 4 ticks more than ZN's RTH session. FYI, smiling face with open mouth.
Yeah, it was a little bit better. Let's look at them. It was actually was a little bit better of a trade in ZB, I think. When you look at it, I mean, if you were trading 2 contracts here and 1 contract here, I think.
Bot said ZN is always the shits. Imo.
You're always gonna this little bit right here. That's where you would have gotten a little bit more out of ZB. So I think it's the spread. But man, on those down days, it was really, ZN really went a lot farther. So okay, so we didn't really get too much out of that, so I'm happy with having taken it off. But I think I'm about to call it a day here. And again, you know, I had that one trade that kind of sucked. My first trade was good, and I'm okay with where I got out of that one. I went from here to here. I took that one off. I could have gotten back in at 02 and taken it up, but oh well.
In ZB bots.
So I don't know. And yeah, and on the ZB thing, my win rate and profitability is better in ZN. So would love to trade ZB, but I don't think it's in the cards. Plus, I don't really have enough margin to do that really. If I'm able to build my account up to like $5,000, then I think that I could start taking trades in ZB. And then especially if I see some steepening, I might take some trades over there. But until then, I definitely need to stick to ZN. Anyways, okay trading. I think tomorrow's going to be pretty sucky because of the beige book, but we'll see. So I'll see you guys